do a beading class with you. I come here every Wednesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'm here on the west coast of the US and I do a beading class. Sometimes I do things like this. This was a previous one. And we've done all sorts of projects, techniques, show and tells, personal shoppers. You never quite know what we're gonna do, and it's always a good time and really fun. And then you can always watch the replay. So if you've missed any of our shows, they are all archived, they're all saved, they're there at artbeads.com, and you can go back and rewatch them. And I see we have Michelle here in the background helping us. She is here to help with beading questions, product questions, anything you need help with, she is here. And I see Tracy is here. Oh, thank you, Tracy. It's good to see that you're here too. And Elizabeth, hello, and Kat. Oh my gosh, always good to see familiar names. I always want to say faces. We got to see your faces sometime. You guys see my face. I want to see yours. Denise and Piper. Oh my gosh, rainy Minnesota. You know what? I think the weather is wacky everywhere. I know the East Coast is having a heat wave. We've been a little bit cooler than normal. We're going to be in the 80s today, but it's been kind of a weird weather across the US. Ellen, oh, mending in the hospital. Oh, I hope you feel better. Oh my gosh, well, thank you for joining us from the hospital. Hopefully we can make it a little bit more pleasant. I know it's not the funnest place to be. Hello, BJ and Debbie and Tina and Hazel. Hello, guys. All right. Oh, better to be with friends. I totally agree, Ellen. Absolutely. And Eric is here too. Hello. Eric is here helping us. And Carolyn, good morning. It is a very nice morning today. I went on the nicest walk this morning and I listened to the birds. It was a lovely start to my day. So I hope everyone is having just as nice of a start to your day. Hi, Diana. Oh my gosh. Extra hot Virginia Beach with Ruth Alice. We have friends over in Rhode Island, and they said that they were just getting cooked today. It's been the hottest weather. Hello, Gussie. Hello. Oh my gosh, we've got a great crowd here today, guys. Okay, let's start our show. Hello, Santa Barbara girl. Safe away from the fire. I have not gotten a fire alert, so I think we're good, but I will check my app when we are done. We are unfortunately in a fire-prone area, but we're usually pretty good. We're kind of away from the mountains, the foothills enough, but I will check my fire app. If we've got a fire here in the Los Angeles area, I'll have to check. Hello, Drusilla from Allen, Texas. Hello. Cooked here as well, says Hazel. Oh my gosh, yes, it has been so hot. Denise, hello. All right, guys, this is fun. We have such a good group today. Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to do. We're going to do pinch bail earrings. So I have these findings here. They're so quick and easy. This is definitely one of those instant gratification projects. You can do them really quick, but they look really cool. They come in different finishes. And if you didn't know that we had them, they're one of those things that unless you know to look for them on the website, you might not know that these exist, which is why I wanted to highlight them because they're really cool. They've got these metal spokes that go through beads and they're really quick and easy to do. I'm going to show you how to do them with just hanging an earring hook, but also adding some embellishments as well. So we're going to have fun with pinch bails today. Oh, thank you, Ruth Alice. This was made in a previous show. It was really fun to do. My little honeycomb necklace. Okay. And then I have a very special new product to show you guys. This is a new product drop, and you guys know me, I love vintage. These are vintage check glass beads, and they are limited edition. Sarah showed a couple in her show last Friday. They sold out really quick. These are so pretty, and I cannot wait to open this bag with you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. We're going to see what's inside. And then next week's show, I'm going to make a project using these beads. So if you order them, you can then have them ready for whatever we make next week. And I haven't decided yet what I'm going to make because I haven't opened them up. So these are going to be fun. Oh, and Piper saying she placed a big order on Art Beads today, took advantage of the crystal sale. Perfect. Yes, big sale on crystal, which is going to be great. It's up to 40% off. And we're going to be using some crystal in today's show with our pinch bails. So that's going to be great. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip the camera down. I want to open this up first because I've been waiting to open it. I wanted to open it with you guys, and then we're going to do the pinch veils. Okay, hello backyard. You see my grass is slowly getting a little bit more burnt as we go into summer here. Okay, so here's what we're going to play with for the pinch veils today. Let me kind of make this go here. So we've got the actual pinch veil findings, and this is what they look like. They're really pretty. They're a very nice silver and gold plate. They've got these prongs that we're going to set the beads into, and then they come in, like I said, different finishes, and we've got some pretty beads to add to them, including some crystal. So if you want to take advantage of that crystal sale, it's a great time to do that. We're going to do some crystal beads. We're going to do some prestige pearls. We've just got some fun things to play with. All right. And Eric is saying we should call it the Jeffette drop for the new product drop. Jeffette's a mom of 3 baby squirrels. Jeffette deserves some love and recognition. All right, so this is what it comes like. It's really cool. All right, I haven't opened this yet. I wanted to do it together, and I wanted to see what is in here. These are all vintage check glass beads. Okay, and I cannot wait to design with these. Okay, I'm going to clear my table a little bit more so I don't mix them up with what we're going to be using for the pinch veils today. Oh, hello, Marianne. Okay, here we go. Let's dump this out and see what we have. Oh, there was hidden things in there, guys. That's what I was thinking there was. Okay, so this is definitely a very show-stopping, pretty strand of, looks like coin pearls in teal. So that's really pretty. I love that. It's kind of like a matte finish, semi-matte finish. And then I see that there's this strand here, which color matches it perfectly. So that's really pretty in this light teal. There is a darker teal strand. Now these look to be like teardrop shapes. If you see this right here. So here we go. And those are really pretty. So it's a little bit of a darker teal right there. And these all come in this one bag. And I know Michelle just popped up the banner. These are limited edition. So these are something to grab while you can. And then this is so pretty. This is two-tone. So this is a two-tone little flower. Look at that little flower. So it looks like it has like a topaz and a teal going through it. So it almost looks like each one is a little bit different in terms of the coloration, which is really pretty. So you see that, and there's quite a few. That's a nice strand. And then there's these bags of beads. Let's see what we've got, because I'm trying to think what we're going to design with these. It's going to be really fun. So those are nice. Those are very pretty. That's almost like a seafoam color. If that's coming across on camera here, then I hope it is, because it's a really pretty, like kind of like a gray-green seafoam rondelle that's faceted. Okay. And I see Eric's helping to share some of the story of these guys, and they've been in a warehouse back room for a very long time. We are trying to find more because we've got boxes in the warehouse, so we're trying to dig through and find more and see if we can make more of these, because they're really pretty. But definitely grab them while you can if you like something that you see on these. The designers, we were each given some of these beautiful, beautiful ones to show and to do projects with, and they're so pretty. So this one has got like an amber color. So I'm seeing amber, I'm seeing a little bit of cobalt, and I'm seeing a teal in here too. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep showing these, and I'm feeling like I want to do a necklace with these. I feel like I'm going to do a strung necklace with some drops. But look at these leaves. Let's see where the hole is on these guys. I want to see, because leaves sometimes have different orientations for their holes. Let's see where these guys look like they're drilled through the middle. I'm going to take a little head pin and we're going to see this real quick. Okay, So that is the whole orientation. So those would be really pretty to do some nice drops with. You see what the back looks like. So we got some beautiful leaves and like an emerald with a pretty, kind of like an AB metallic finish on the top. Really pretty. And then the last strand here are these flowers. So these look like a frosted turquoise with a bronze or copper top on them. Look at those guys. I love it. Piper's saying, I'm glad these vintage beads have been liberated from storage. They need to be shared. I totally agree. They're so pretty. Okay, guys, we're going to have fun with these. So next week, my whole show is going to be designing a project with these. So I don't know if I'm going to do a necklace or a bracelet. We'll kind of see where inspiration strikes. I waited to open them up until we could do it here together to see what we have here. But they are so, so pretty. Okay, so let me put these guys back and then I'm going to put them in their cubby. But these are lovely beads. So we've got the little flowers. We've got the leaves. We have these little guys here, which are like little faceted rounds. Oh, I don't even think I showed these. Here's another whole set of beads right here in another baggie. So pretty. And then, oh my gosh, I did miss a couple strands. Here's another strand of beads that I missed that came in here. So all of these come in this one pouch and they're all that one collection, which is really cool. So fun. Such a pretty bundle. Oh, and I love it. Jackie is saying, love this bundle. Added to my cart. Elizabeth is saying, me too. Mary Jane is saying, my favorite colors. Oh, and Kim is saying my favorite colors too. Oh, the center drilled flower bead that faces forward. Yes, I can show you the whole orientation on that one. Absolutely. This is why it's so nice, guys, that we are here live. A quick note is if you are on YouTube or on Facebook watching us, welcome, guys. Thank you. Just know I can't see your comments live. So if you do have a question or comment, please pop over to artbeads.com. There's a link in your video there. It will take you over here. And then when you comment, I can see your questions and comments live, which is very helpful. Okay, so this one here is drilled through the middle. So you've got it like this. So I'm envisioning doing some type of drops with it where we can utilize that. Really pretty. Can you show how to keep it facing forward in a project? Ooh, that's a good challenge. I like that. Okay, let me see on the project that I'll come up with for next week if I can figure out how to keep that guy facing forward. It'd probably be some wire wrapping, is my guess. I'll probably do some wire wrapping then to keep that facing forward. Yeah, it is interesting that it is drilled in the center and not drilled through the middle. It almost feels like a bead cap at this point. Like you could maybe put it on either side of a larger bead and have it as like a really pretty bead cap. I like that. Oh, and Gussie's saying just ordered beautiful beads. I love it. All right, Santa Barbara girl, I have a challenge. So even if I don't use it in the project next week, I will still try to solve the challenge of how do we make this bead face forward. Perfect. I like it. Okay, another quick reminder, because I didn't really go over the show reminders. I just wanted to start playing. I was too excited to get into these beads. If there's anything you like that you see, it should all be preloaded into that shopping bag icon. So if you just click on that, it'll show you everything in the show, including the tools, including this beautiful set assortment. You can learn more about it. You can see the price, the quantity, add it to your shopping cart right from there. I never go away, which is really nice. So you stay part of the show. And then, of course, these shows are all saved and archived. And then what else? If you have a question, just put it into the comment section. And if you like what you see, there's a heart button. And then there's a little arrow for sharing. I think I covered it. Okay. Let's go ahead. And I'm going to try to put these guys away. I'll show them again one more time at the end of the show. But I want to start playing with these pinch bails, because a lot of people haven't seen them before, and they're really fun. Okay, so yay, that's such a nice set. Okay, So pinch bales, I put a bunch in the shopping bag there so you can see the different styles. So they come in different shapes and they all work the same way. So there's twists and there's like a diamond, there's teardrops, really cool. So this one's like a nice little teardrop. This is a nice diamond shape. And so let me pull out all the ones I have. I think I've got 5 different ones here. So I've got 5 different pairs. Now, I like to put an 8mm or a 10mm bead in them. And different shaped beads will work fine. Like here's a little cube bead. This is a prestige crystal. I think this is this tanzanite? I'm trying to remember, Michelle. I can't remember. This might be sapphire. But it's a really pretty little cube bead. And then I've got these prestige pearls, which are really pretty. And so these are an 8mm. This is a 10mm. So you see there's quite a size difference when you do an 8 or a 10. And both work. The 8s are a little easier. And then I've also got a pretty strand of gemstone beads. This is a jasper. And so you can use gemstone beads in these as well. I've also pulled some Raven's Journey. I haven't done Raven's Journey, especially this shape, in them before. So I'm going to experiment and see how I feel about that. But they're a fun, quick, and easy project. I have these dark rose crystals here as well. So let's start actually with the cubes. I like the little cube beads. Big beads are scary to me, says Tracy. I don't know how to use them. Yeah, 10mm is quite large. And Piper, you're right. I have used these in another video before. I thought it would be fun to show them here on Art Beads, which would be nice. Okay, so we can use these, and I'm going to open it up. So you see these prongs right here? You just gently pull the finding apart. And it's pliable. It doesn't take much effort or work to pull that apart. And then you slip in your bead so that the prongs go in both sides. And then you kind of give it a little twist back in shape. And that's it. You just set that bead in there, and you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to add glue. You don't have to do anything else. Now, to put an earring hook on it, I have just a really pretty, long, elegant earring hook right here. You're just going to take your chain nose pliers, open it up, slip it on, close it up, and you made an earring. So really quick, really easy. That's what the cube looks like in there. I'll do one more for the cube. So again, you just open it up, slip it on in there, pinch it together. So you kind of pinch it like this, and then you give it a little twist. And when you give it a little twist, you're kind of realigning that metal, and then you have your stone suspended in there. And I really love the cubes. The cubes are fun because I often see the cube beads and I don't ever know how to use them. So that is really kind of a fun, quick and easy earring to do. And it's a good gift one, or if you're selling jewelry, it's another good one. I know some of you have sold your jewelry. I've sold some jewelry too in the past. And it's nice to have complicated projects with the quick and easies, because when you're doing beadwork, some beadwork takes a really long time and it's a lot of effort, and you don't always get quite as much money as maybe you'd like for the effort. So if you have some projects that don't take a lot of time that you kind of supplement at your booth or on your online store, it makes it really nice. Okay, yep, I can demonstrate again. So now what I'm going to do is let's do this one with the dark rose. So here's a really pretty dark rose round. This is an 8mm prestige crystal round. And then what we're going to do is, it has the prongs too. So we just open it up. And then we're just going to go ahead and slip our bead in. And so you want to put both prongs in. You see how we've got one on each side, and then we just twist it. And it kind of just bends that metal back in place and suspends your bead. I'm going to do the next one because on this one, we're going to actually add a little bit of extra interest up top because you can do more than just hang an earring hook on these guys. So I'm going to put this one. Okay, so pinch it. Make sure that both prongs are inside the bead when you pinch it. Give it that little twist. So how do you twist it? Okay, so I'm holding it in place, and then I'm just taking the metal in this hand here, and so I'm holding the bead, and I'm literally just kind of pushing up on the metal to kind of just twist the top end. So what I'm twisting here is this right here. I'm just kind of holding it and turning it slightly. It's not a big twist. It's just enough to kind of pull those sides inward a little bit so that your prongs are like this, because you don't want a lot of space with your prongs. So there you go. Okay, so now let's make this a little bit more interesting up top. So here is the base. We could just put an earring hook on it, or we can take like an eye pin. We got an eye pin right here. And I have some other coordinating crystals. So I've got this dark rose color in I think this is a 5 and a 4 millimeter bicone. I'm going to let Michelle verify that. It's either a 5 or a 6 for the bicone here. And then I've got a little 4 millimeter one. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my little bicone, slip it on to my eye pin, grab my favorite pliers, my wire looping. We're going to make a little simple wire loop. Nope, you don't need any glue, which is a beauty of these. You could put glue if you wanted to, but they really should just stay in place. So here we go. We just made a little loop. We're going to trim it. And we're going to just put that down. We're going to do that again. And then I'm going to show you guys with a 10 millimeter bead as well. So I can show you how it kind of the difference, what it looks like with a 10 millimeter bead, what it looks like with an 8. A 6 millimeter bead is a little small. I find that it has a hard time kind of staying in there and that you see your prongs more. So I don't usually do a 6. I do an 8 or a 10, and a 12 can be a little too big. It's just my experience. Oh, good, Debbie. I'm glad it's helpful. You didn't know about the twist. Perfect. So, Kim, great question. I have not seen these in a smaller size. I know that Michelle can always look. I know we don't have them right now on Art Beads, but we always are asking people what they're looking for. So I know that she can take note of that and see if maybe that they produce them in a smaller size and we can maybe get some. Because yeah, it would be really nice to have a little smaller size. Okay, so I'm just putting on these little bicones because I'm going to make like a nice little dangle up top for this. Okay, and crisscross. Okay, so I've got my little guys right here, and now I'm just going to connect everything together. Oh, perfect. And Michelle is saying, I will add this as a future product suggestion. Great. Yeah, guys, if you guys have things you've been looking for, let us know. This is the perfect time because we're live, because we can talk back and forth. This is a great time. If there's something you've been looking for, put it into the comments section. Michelle is the perfect person to kind of take note and add it and pass that along. Okay, so I connected the 4 millimeter bicone to the larger bicone. Now I'm just going to open this little loop that we made at the base, and I'm going to slip on my pinch bail finding with the matching color of bead. So I'm using dark rose for all of these, and I really love dark rose. Dark rose, I'm not necessarily a pink person, and dark rose has enough, I don't know what you would call it, is it enough purple or enough blue. Something's in it that makes it not too pink for me. All right. Oh, and Ruth Alice is saying, ordered the vintage bag. Wonderful. Okay. When using the tool to make loops, do you need to make space between the crystal and the tool before making the loops so you don't break the crystal? Great question. Let me show you that up close. Yes, you do make a little bit of room. So I'm going to put this on with this really pretty gold clef earring hook. Another one of my favorites. I love this earring hook. I think it's so elegant. I'm going to show you guys then a close-up of the tool demonstration here in a minute. Okay, here you go. So there is what that earring looks like, where we've kind of elevated it a bit. So we're using the pinch bail finding, which is nice. It's really definitely a focal. But you see that we've added that detailing there. We've chosen a fancier earring hook, and it just looks so pretty and elegant. And you can imagine you can do this with any crystal up here. You can look up dark rose or whatever color you like, see what different type beads are available. Maybe a briolette bead up here. You have a lot of choices. All right, so I'm going to finish the other one so we have a matching one, and then we're going to use that tool again and show it up close. Because I know if it's not up close, it can be a little hard to see. Okay, so we're going to close this one up. Then we're going to go up here, open this one, slip on our other loop. And then this one here, and you can do this where you open the loop to put it on the earring hook, or you can open the loop from the earring hook here. And I'm going to use a big pearl. I just saw Santa Barbara Girls comment. I'm going to use a big pearl on one of them. I pulled a 10 millimeter pearl here. So we're going to use a nice big pearl. Okay. All right. So here is our matched set. So you see that we've got this and this. And it's so pretty and so easy to do and very sparkly. Oh, Marianne, I love it. I ordered 2 bags, one for me and one for my daughter. That's wonderful. Okay. All right. And then let's do the big, oh wait, no, we're going to do the show about the crystal. Okay. So let's look at the tool up close. So if you have a head pin or an eye pin and a crystal, and what we're going to do is we're going to slip this on here. And when you take this wire looping tool, you're going to go not right here. So that was a really great question. So we're not going like this. If you can see this, see how there's no air there? What you want is a little bit of air between the crystal and your tool. So you just move it up a little bit. And if you're making a simple wire loop, you have about that much. Do you see how you have about that much space right there? Okay, and then when you pinch it, see how that space disappears? And now it's up against the crystal, but we didn't put any pressure on the crystal to begin with because we had that space there. Here, and then when you just fold it over, rotate it up, crisscross, and now you have a nice loop that's right up against your crystal, but you didn't hurt your crystal. Oh, hi. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'm seeing a comment from, I'm going to hopefully say this, Da Potaz, that's saying it came from YouTube as there was no response there. Yes, I'm so sorry. We're not able to monitor the YouTube comments as this live broadcast because they don't feed into my feed. So they're not able to. Oh, yes. And so by being here, we can see your comments. So show the name of the earring hook and the hoop. So this is called a clef earring hook. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's so elegant. So this is called a clef earring hook, and it's really pretty. And then here is this kind of long, I know Michelle's popping up banners as we go. This is kind of like an oval for the pinch bail. So the pinch bails come in the different shapes. This is an oval, We have like a kind of like a teardrop shape right here. We've got the diamond shape. So that's here. So they come in different shapes, which is great. Okay, so let's look at our wire looping pliers one more time, because I'm going to show you there's a little bit of a difference when you're making a wrapped wire loop. And so when you're doing a wrapped wire loop, here we go. So remember when we did the simple wire loop, we had about that much air, right? When you're making a wrapped wire loop, you want just a little bit more. It's very subtle, but you're going to have a little bit more air there. So when I'm saying air, I'm saying like you're seeing that wire between the crystal and your pliers. Okay. And so what's going to happen is when you go ahead and squeeze it, you still have a little bit of space. Remember before with the simple wire loop, that space was all eaten up. Now you still have a little bit of space. And what that little bit of space is to give you room to make your loops. So when you come in with your pliers and you hold it and you do your wrappings, you have a space to do your wrappings. And then it fills in that gap. So hopefully that helped. But that was a wonderful question about whether that tool sits right up against the crystal or if you notch it out a little bit. So, but here you go. So there's a little wrapped wire loop. Okay. So I want to use this big pearl. So here is the 10 millimeter. So this is a 10 millimeter pearl. And again, let's look at the difference. It is quite a bit bigger. This is an 8. This is a 10. So that's something to kind of like just keep in mind. So let's go ahead and put the 10 on. We have a couple different options here. Let's do it on this one. This I think is going to be really pretty. Okay. So again, open it up. You have to open it up a little bit wider. If you're using a bigger bead, you got to open it up a little bit wider. And I'm going to say, okay, this is a tip. If you're doing pearls, I've noticed sometimes the holes are bigger on one side than the other. What you can do is you can just take a piece of wire first. And what you're going to do is you're just going to poke it through. And basically you're just trying to widen that hole a little bit. I only find this with pearls. I don't find it with the beads. But sometimes when you're putting pearls on these pinch bails, you just want to make sure that that hole is kind of big enough to get your pinch bail prong in there. Okay, so hopefully that is. Let's go ahead and put the prong setting into the smaller hole first, because it's going to be a little bit more challenging probably. And it is. It's proving to be a little challenging for me. So I'm going to have to try to widen up that hole a little bit more, although it's very close. This is the challenge when you use pearls with these guys. Beads are easy and gemstones are easy, but pearls can be a little hard. Okay. Let me try to widen that guy, and I'm glad we're doing this live so you guys can see it, because this hole is plenty big. Okay. Just going to go through here. There's not different sizes for the wire looping pliers, but you can make different size loops with them by, if you go towards the tip, you make a really small loop. If you go towards the back, you make a really large loop. All right, guys, we're going to try this. I know that Deb Floros, who does videos here on art beads, she always has a beading awl handy, and she is so smart, because that would be perfect for this. I don't tend to use one, so I'm just going to have to try to make this work. And if not, guys, we're going to move on to another bead and go from there. We'll do a gemstone, but hopefully I hopefully widen that big enough. All right, guys, we're going to move on to a gemstone. Oh, nope, it worked. Just when I said we're going to move on. Okay, so we've got it on there. So a beading awl, I don't know if Michelle can add that to the shopping bag, would solve that pretty quickly. Usually a head pin works, but you could do a beading awl too. Okay, so you see that that large bead is trapped in there. And so we've got that trapped in there. You just give it that pinch, and then you can hang it an earring hook from here. And we'll do a size comparison here with a 10 and an 8. Yeah, sometimes different pearls have larger holes, Lynn. You're right. And I find it very hit or miss, actually. Sometimes the pearls slip right on there and do fine, and sometimes you end up with a hole that's challenging. But here's what this looks like with a bigger bead, and then we can look at it side by side with a smaller bead here. So it is quite a big difference. So this is the same finding in silver and gold. And then you see one has an 8mm bead and one has a 10mm bead. So kind of keep that in mind, you know, as you're designing, which look do you want? So really pretty pearl color though. I hope that's showing up on camera because it's so pretty in person. It's this beautiful, beautiful iridescent color. And then, oh, speaking of, I was actually planning on putting this with it because you could put like a little crystal above it. This is a little dream. I think this is called a daydream bead. And that's just a really pretty kind of almost coin shaped, like a puffed coin crystal. That would be really pretty. Oh, sure. Okay. I can show how to make a simple loop with the crystal again. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're going to put on, so just give me something more to hold on to because my crystals are a little smaller. Okay, so here we go. So let's say you're making a little link or connector, a dangle. Then, and you know what we'll do? We'll do a little bigger loop so you guys can see how you would make a little bigger loop. Okay, so if we're going to do a simple loop, I'm going to move though down a little bit further along the nose. So we're going to make a little bit bigger one, but you've got that what I call air. We're basically seeing a space between the crystal and the pliers. And then just make sure you see that space. And because I'm doing a slightly larger loop, my space is slightly larger here too. Okay, I'm going to squeeze. And you see when I squeezed it, it kind of ate up that extra wire, but my crystal is still okay. It's not getting squished or scratched or hurt. And then we just bend it down. So you see how it's in the nose here and it's already kind of bent. Rotate it up. So now we're on the top of it and just pull that wire around to the side. Pull out your tool and you have your loop. And then you're just going to go ahead and you're going to take your cutters and where it crisscrosses, so where it crosses is where you're going to trim it. And I have this really nice fine pair of cutters because it's got a nice tip on it so it can get in there. And then you've got your loop and you can just go in and straighten it up. And I see all the hearts. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I love those pliers. They're so handy. So I really struggled with making uniform looking loops with round nose pliers, and these were a game changer for me, especially if you make a lot of loops. They're just so nice. And so yeah, you're gonna be able to do really small loops here, large loops here. So hopefully that helped. Really easy to use. Once you get the hang of them, so simple to use for simple loops and wrapped loops. Okay, so we made a lot here. I think I'll just make one more. Let's go ahead and do a gemstone because we haven't done a gemstone yet. And I've been wanting to cut open this really beautiful strand. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this. And of course you get a ton of beads here. So I always feel like this goes really well with silver, kind of more like a Southwest feel to it. And so yes, my favorite tool, absolutely. So again, you've got those prongs, just pull it out, slip on your bead, whatever bead you have chosen. So many choices. And once you've got both of them, the prongs in the bead, you give it a little twist. Elizabeth, I totally agree. Those pliers are a gift. Absolutely. They're a lifesaver for me. I don't stress about making loops when I have these. Like I just can go make loops so quickly, so easily. And I know they always look really nice. And I feel like I'm quicker at it too. So if I'm doing some like beaded chain, I just feel like it's so quick and easy to do. What was that crystal called? Ooh, so I have a Daydream crystal right here. This is in crystal AB. So this is a Daydream one. So it looks like this. It's really pretty. So it's almost like a coin. So that's really pretty. And then this is dark rose. This is the dark rose color. We are having that crystal sale, so this is a great time. This is light turquoise for the pearl. And this is, I want to say this is iridescent light blue. I want to say that. Michelle, if I am wrong, please correct me. So, hopefully that helps with the crystals we're using. Oh, good. And Peggy's saying she has these pliers and she, but didn't have success with them, but now she knows what she was doing wrong. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yes. And ask questions, guys. That's why I'm here. This is perfect. This is what we love to do. Okay. And so we've got this, and you can put whatever earring hook on it. I was wanting to use these too. I wasn't sure if these were going to work. We're going to try a little experiment, but just, you can kind of see that you can do whatever you want with these pinch bails with gemstones or crystals or pearls. And they're just really quick and easy and fun. So there you go. That's that earring. And then I do want to see if this is going to work. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. So this is a Raven's Journey bead. I think they call this the satellite bead. And I just think they're super cool. They look like little UFOs to me. They look like little spaceships. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take an earring finding and we're just going to see what happens if this works. Okay, and we're going to slip it on, give it that pinch. That pinch is super important. Oh, thank you, Santa Barbara girl. I love doing this. I love teaching. I love answering questions. I'm here to help. So if there's anything you guys need help with, let me know. And I am still planning the Kumihimo color blocking class that we talked about. So that's going to be coming up here in a couple weeks. I just ordered some supplies to make the sample. So we are going to do some Kumihimo color blocking soon, which is going to be lots of fun. All right, so it did work. So the Raven's Journey beads worked. That's great. Do you have a small bail for pendants? I wish we did. I know that we've just added smaller ones of these to the wish list for like new future products. Currently we don't. We only have these sizes here. You could use it as a pendant. I tend to use these as earrings, but you could put a finished chain on here if you wanted to put a special bead in there. So you could do something like that. Oh, thank you, Sharon. And these cosmic beads are out of this world. I love it. Yeah, they're really cool. This is a good shot of it. Here you see that. It's got like a center that's a little bit more transparent and faceted. So hopefully you're seeing that cool shape. I just kind of want to spin it. I don't know why. All right, guys. So that's how you do pinch bail earrings. Fun, quick, easy. Just pick your favorite color beads for them. Great time with the crystal sale too. And you'll just need 2. So if you're doing a pair of earrings, you'll just need like 2 8mm beads. And then if you're doing little details up top, you can get some extra beads too. All right, and they also work with gemstones. So let's look one more time for those who are joining us, who came in a little bit later. We had a very special new product drop today. This is a wonderful assortment of check glass beads. These are beautiful vintage check glass beads. And for my show next week, so when I come here next week on next Wednesday, I'm going to be making a project with them. And they are so pretty. So we're going to look at these again real quick. And they are there. That Michelle just popped up the banner so you can see all the details on it. This beautiful like flat coin bead here. This is like a flat coin pearl. And then there's all these beads that are beautifully color coordinated to go with it. We see we've got some teals. Yes, the new Jeffette product drop. I love it, Eric. We have so many baby squirrels in our neighborhood. I cannot tell you how many baby squirrels I see every day. I love it. All right, so then you got these flowers. So here's one flower bead that comes with it. Here you go. And this one is drilled through the center. So you see that that one is center drilled. Okay, so we've got all of those. And then we have this one here. I'm going to pull out the main bag. This one slipped out. And I know I have my challenge. My challenge is how to make this face forward in a design. I love it. And that one was part of this, which is a really beautiful strand. This is almost like a frosted teal with a top coat of a metallic wash. It's kind of like a coppery, bronzy wash. I love that. Ooh, love the colors. Want to see with a contrasting color like pink or lavender. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Like use this as the foundation for the design and then add a contrasting color. Ooh, that's fun. I like that. I'll have to see what I have. Okay. These are really pretty rondelles. They look to be like a seafoam color, super sparkly. Really, really pretty. Put those down here. Yeah, I'll put these back in their bags later so we can see everything we get. Okay, put this out because this is a lot of beads, guys. This is a ton of beads, actually. Okay, and then I still have 3 more bags to show here. Okay, and then this one, I don't think I pulled out of the bag last time. This is almost like a, what do they call this? Table cut or window cut? So this is a really pretty green with like a Picasso edge. Super pretty. And then these leaves that I love. Love, love, love these leaves. And these are super convenient in that they are drilled through the center. So that's going to be very, very easy to use. So we got those drilled through the center. And then I still have another bag to show. And then these guys are a little bit darker color, which is nice. So this is almost like in person. I hope you guys are seeing this. It's like a dark amber with green, and there's even a little bit of blue, which is interesting. So those are all the beads in that one bag, which is so cool. So everything right here. I love it. So many beads. Yes, Piper. I agree. And pretty green, says Santa Barbara Girl. And then I love the shape and the faceting too. My gosh. Michelle can probably see if we have any other similar beads on the website to these. They're really pretty. Yeah, it's a nice shape and very sparkly. All right, guys, I'm going to flip my camera up again real quick. Don't forget, if you have anything in your shopping cart, especially something like this as a limited edition, just released item, definitely make sure you cash out so that you can get it. I do know things sell out really quickly during the lives, especially something new and fun and limited like this. Okay, so and Eric just said that this item is starting to sell down pretty quickly. So just a quick note, if you do want this one, make sure you grab it. And I am going to do a project next week with these exact beads. So if you order it, there's going to be a project coming soon on what to do with it, because that's going to be really fun. That's my challenge for the rest of this week, is to figure out what to do with these, which I'm very excited about because these are beautiful. Still don't know if I'm going to do a necklace or a bracelet. And definitely there's probably going to be a pair of earrings too. Okay, I'm going to pop this up so we can say goodbye for today. All right. Yay, that was fun, guys. All right, well, thank you for joining me. Let me show you a pinch bail here. I know sometimes a different camera angle kind of shows these a little differently. Here is, I did not attach my loop very well there. Okay, well, my loop just came off because I did not close it properly. That was all on me. But you can see how pretty those are, and they're a nice size too, if you see them against the ear. All right, cool beans. I love it, Sharon. All right, thank you guys for joining me today. I will see you next week. Wish you could do a dangle in the middle. You can do a little dangle in the middle as well. You can actually even put chain in the middle too. You could do a lot with the pitch veil. Anything you can put on those prongs, you can put in there. So kind of like think creatively. You could do the cubes, you can do pearls, you can do whatever you like. I'm just going to straighten this up. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for the hearts. I will see you next week. We'll be designing with that new beautiful teal mix. We're going to make something really fun. And I will see you next week. Have fun. I hope you guys get the teal mix. It's so pretty. Okay. Take care. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. And I will see you next week. And oh my gosh, it's going to be July. All right. I'll see you in July. Bye, guys.